All right, more things. This is a, I don't know. It's a gasket for the Tank Sink fuel pump hanger that is rated for ethanol. So we'll be using that instead of the quart gasket. This is my Works. It's like a 2,000 horsepower fuel pressure regulator. It includes, I think it includes a little bracket in here somewhere. But it's like 10. Yeah, there's a little bracket for it. And it has an extra plug. But it's like, yeah, so it's 10 in, 10 out, 8 return. And then you got a boost reference deal. So it's the Works 2000 whatever fuel pressure regulator. Put these back in there. And then I've got a Fuel Lab 8AN. This is their microglass filter. Basically it's just another small micron. It hasn't even been opened. So small micron fuel filter that is compatible with E85. It has a little bracket there. Put that back in there. So it's my fuel system accessories. This is more fuel system. So this is my Tanks Inc. PA8 kit, which I have opened this component of it up. I've loosely put the supply fitting in here just to see how things fit. It's got a supply, vent, and return, electrical connectors. I've not taken all of the components out of this little integrated sump that comes with it, but the fuel pump is in here, all the connectors are in here. There's the little fuel pump line, the wiring is in here. This is the quart gasket I was talking about we won't use. This is the ring that goes inside of your fuel tank to bolt this to, so it gets sandwiched in there. This is my stock Fairmont rollover valve vent, so you can hear it clicking. And this is the stock Fairmont pickup with the float for the fuel level. So I was hoping to be able to use this to be able to have my fuel gauge work. We could just put a cap on that, and I don't think this will be used, but I'm including it. Down here in the bottom, there's a part number for it, but it's an access door. It's a 6 1/8 by 6 1/8 access door that I was hoping to be able to put in the trunk floor to be able to basically flip the access door open, and then you can get to your fuel pump in the fuel tank. This is a part off the Escalade that I thought maybe they could put on the fuel vent. And then there's the fittings, there's the vent. So this rollover vent valve right here was not included, so I ordered it separately. And then there's the return fitting that matches this supply fitting here. I'll go ahead and, well, I can't take a thing out. Last one here. Anyway, it's also got the zip ties down here that are for holding the pump on. Instructions, everything are in the box. Is in the box. Everything is in the box. And then I'll close this box up. So that is, and then over here I have my Rock Auto fuel tank, which the part number is like F16, something like that. There it is, F16A. I'm not opening this, but yes, there's a fuel tank in here. And on the fuel tank, I taped, there's a new retainer ring for the pickup and float, as well as a little O-ring for it. So that's in there. Okay, over here I have more components that'll be sent. This is my Stifler's transmission cross member with a transmission cross member mount, as well as an adapter, which I heard you need for the 4L80 in the Fairmont. I don't know if it'll work. This is the hardware that goes to this. I don't want to get all of that out, and there's more hardware for it here. I just don't want to open up everything. I know that this is two like different length mounts, so there's a left side and a right side, and the directions are right down here how this is supposed to go in. But I know it says 94, 98, but as far as I was able to research, this is supposed to be the one that we use for the Fairmont with a 4L80. Fingers crossed on that. I don't know. And I don't think I've opened this. No, I have not. This is a Terminator X-Max. There's the part number. I do have a 58X system. I'll be using EV6 connectors, so I know that I will need to have those repinned, and I'm not too worried about getting the fuel injection completely hooked up. This is my PTC converter. It's got my name on it, specifications on it, which I do not understand. But this is the converter itself. I don't think it's got my name on it, but you can see here it is for 4L80E. And it did come with these converter bolts, which are super short. I did not expect them to be that short. Anyway, there they are. So I'm going to leave that in there. I'll get this box re-secured before I send it. This is engine parts. One moment. Okay, so these two boxes are a complete ICT billet accessory drive, which includes the actual accessories themselves. I've also got a power steering pressure reducing kit that reduces the pressure of the GM pump, and then I have two adapters in here as well that one goes into the pump and the other will go into the rack and pinion, and they are for the purpose of using a 6AN line for the pressure line. And then these are the motor mounts that I'll be sending. They go with the AJE kit. Okay, we jump to the trunk of the car. I'm going to send the radiator. This is the original radiator, as well as the fan shroud. I don't know that that'll be used or needed. You can see the radiator has adapters in there to go to the stock transmission lines. Over here I have several components that connect from the fuel door to this hole, which goes, this is the fuel fill. It goes down here and mounts to the fuel tank, and then there's a gasket here that goes to it. In here are miscellaneous radiator fittings. So this is a heater hose, and then you have the radiator retention hose or retainers for the top, and then the little pads for the bottom. There's a little clamp that holds the two heater hoses together. Some just regular worm clamps, and then in here these are, so this is more fuel tank stuff. These are gaskets that go on the tank itself where the filler net goes in. They don't send that with the new fuel tank, so that's in there, as well as miscellaneous bolts which are labeled for the fuel tank. And then back here I have the high and low pressure power steering hoses, so those will go with it. as well. So I will go around and look at the vehicle now. You can see I have my harnesses in the back. Underneath the back, it has the original gas tank in it now, which is, I am sending them to be used for mock-up. You can see the rear end is an 8.8. It has the 10-hole Mustang wheels, BMR torque arms, upper and lower. I don't know if you can see the uppers. It's just lower. You can see where I've done the reinforcement kit. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know if it's in there, you can see the torque arms or not. This, I may have to hang on to this. This goes to that right there. Actually, I can bolt that to that seat belt and just leave it. Front. In the front, I'm leaving the dryer from the AC in, as well as the high and low pressure lines. There's a new power steering rack in. I've installed the AJE steering shaft. None of it is tight. None of this shaft is tight. It is just there, but the set screws are just in place to be able to steer the car around. AJE K-member, Cardone power steering rack, new coil springs, new struts. I've put new tie rod ends on. The tie rod ends are not tight to the spindles. They will need to be aligned. The alignment up here on this side for sure has been altered. This side I did not actually have to take off, so it will need to be aligned. And that's it for now. I did put my coolant reservoir and horn back in just so that it's there for placeholders, and then over here will be where the battery is going to go. Okay, I do not want to forget these components. Over here are my Speed Engineering headers, and then this is, I believe, no, sorry. This is the Universal X Tube Kit 3-inch exhaust kit. In here I have two 3-inch and out mufflers, 4 exhaust hangers, 2 little flex pieces. And those are just things that I got to get started with exhaust. Here are, these took forever to come in, but these are Maximum Motorsports subframe connector kit. So you can see there, and I've not taken the packing slip out yet, so I can take the packing slip out just for proof here. It says it was ordered in June, it was shipped in June. Maximum Motorsports full length subframe connectors. Oh, and they powder coated them. So that's what was in here, or what is in here. I believe those are all the things. If we can get most of that installed and finished, we'll be leaps and bounds progressed.